This is what's pissing me off today. I'm Bob Pritchard. Well, as you're probably aware, Canada Post is out on strike once again. That's their second strike in 12 months. That's a lot of strikes to be happening in one company. Obviously, they're not very happy with the situation. Now, the reason they're out on strike is the Prime Minister has announced some rather serious changes to Canada Post to try and come to grips with this massive deficit the corporation is building. Now, you're probably thinking to yourself, the reason that Canada Post is losing money is because, well, people just aren't mailing letters as much anymore. And that's probably very true. However, the reality of the situation is we're losing money with Canada Post at about 3 times the rate as what the U.S. Postal Service is losing. They announced last year that they lost $9.5 billion. They got a lot more people than we do, about 10 times the population. So the reality of it is that Canada Post is not only losing money, but they're losing money at a far faster rate than the Americans are losing money at it. That would suggest there's a problem within Canada Post. Of course, that's not the way the people at Canada Post see things. They see themselves as an essential service and that they should be compensated appropriately. Well, I'm not so sure about that. I'm not so sure that we shouldn't just throw in the towel with the whole stupid thing. I mean, I go to my postal box to pick up our mail, and it used to go up anyway, and what would I find in there? Maybe 3 times a month there would be a letter of some sort, my bank statements, because I still get paper copies. But outside of that, it's just flyers, so they're a flyer delivery service, but even that dropped off because prior to going on strike, Canada Post announced that they'd stop flyer delivery. So there's really no reason to go to the post box to pick up my postal delivery anymore because there's, well, nothing been there. So what are we going to do about this? My personal opinion is time to shut down Canada Post. Let's save ourselves just oodles and oodles of money and find a better way. If they want to compete, then great, let them go out and compete. But as it's turning out, everybody seems to be able to deliver packages better than Canada Post at a lower cost. So I just don't understand why it is that we're keeping Canada Post afloat. People aren't sending out mail, they can't deliver parcels effectively. I mean, it's all just wrong. And we're losing, $3.6 billion a year trying to keep the stupid thing going. Anyway, I don't know how this is all going to resolve itself, but I'm sure that in the interim, we're not going to be getting any postal delivery service, and that's what's pissing me off today. I'm Bob Pritchard.